We back up in it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button for the latest, the greatest in boxing. We back on the late night creep. We don't need no time limits. We do this when we want. This boxing stuff don't rest. We don't sleep. Let's see how many vampires is up with me. I just want to talk about some boxing, just chill out, vibe. Just have a cool little session. As soon as YouTube notifies you. A lot of stuff to talk about. Broner, Figueroa. They're having some legal troubles. Lomachenko versus Linares. Potential fight at lightweight. We also have Canelo versus Golovkin, if y'all want to talk about. Shout out to Young Gun TV. He says, what up, though? What's good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Notification gang hopefully shows up soon so we can get this party started. Get it rocking. We got March Madness, yay area. You know that. I put the Bay on my back, man. I put the whole West Coast on my back, man. Shout out to the West Coast. California Love Part 2 without Gay Ass Dre. Death Row East, believe in it. Yeah, man. Make sure as you guys come in, you smash the like button so they see the engagement, see people are showing up for the late night sesh. Man, so Linares and Loma is not confirmed. No, that's what we're going to talk about. We're just going to talk about the fight. How would you rate Linares' power, bro? That's a good question. That's a very, I mean, he's not, I don't think he's like Mikey Garcia at 35 or Ray Beltran or Crawford when he was there, but he has respectable power. Maybe like an Amir Khan at 140. Remember when Amir Khan was at 140? You can't sleep on Amir Khan. Like, you know what I mean? Or even when Amir Khan moved to welterweight and he dropped Luis Collazo 3 times, you can't just put your hands down like Collazo did and walk through shots. So I would say it's right about there. But he's very fluid with his technique. He looks very loose when he's getting his punches off. You know what I mean? His combinations. And see, his combinations are eye-catching. So that's good for his style in terms of like the judges. They see that, and it like when he hits you flush, the shit looks crispy. Thanks for the breakdown. Not a problem, man. Yeah, so we're doing a late night session. I end up taking a nap, and I was out. I was so tired. The weather, man, this weather's been crazy because we haven't got a lot of rain, kind of in a drought. But it's just recently started getting cold, like for the first time in the winter. Like, there hasn't been too many cold days. His last 2 fights, he hasn't looked great though. That's debatable. I mean, I wouldn't say he like looked like Errol Spence did versus Lamont Peterson or nothing, but I mean, he looked good. I mean, you gotta understand boxing, and like the thing is, and I'm not saying you particularly who said the question don't understand boxing, but I feel like, so when he fought Luke Campbell, that's an Olympic gold medalist, and he was tough, and he didn't just come to lay down. And same thing with Hesta or whatever, Freddie Roach's fighter. He didn't come to lay down, and both guys were pretty tough. So I mean, maybe Linares could have did a little bit more, but see, that's what I'm saying. Rude Boy just said, I'm working in San Francisco, and man, it's freezing. That's what I'm saying. I went to one of those places about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago, and got one of those. He's like, you build your own personal pizza. You put your own toppings on it. I just went to one of those, and it was freezing out there. I got this drink from there. It's a sparkling black cherry. It's good too. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is actually my parents' anniversary, so I don't really care about Valentine's Day like that, other than the fact that it's my parents' anniversary. So yeah, So I'd probably just do something with them and get them a gift and shit. Or give them their gift. Smash the like button, man. By not great, I'm speaking in terms of getting interest up high enough to maximum interest. A fight with Loma. Oh yeah, I mean, I agree with you in that regard too. He didn't. Like I said, like Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson, his stock really rose because people have seen Lamont Peterson tough and in tough fights. And if you watch that fight, you'd be like, wow, that's pretty impressive. He blew him out. Mobb Deep wonder why Nick blew them out. Next time grown folks talking, close your mouth. Peep me. Shout out to Mobb Deep though. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Yeah, I mean, Linares' performance, I agree with you in that. It didn't leave people like salivating for a Mikey Garcia fight or Lomachenko based on that performance. He actually looked sharper in the Anthony Corolla rematch. Yo, Ernest McDade. I don't know what you're talking about, but you're talking like you a robot. You about to get blocked, though. Like, you just keep putting weird shit. Keep doing that. Whatever you putting, you one of them sex dolls or a robot or some shit. You about to get blocked. Any word on Tank's opponent? Leonard said coming this week. I don't think it's Farmer. I mean, listen to the interview that my dude Coach Tony with Behind the Gloves did. I don't think it's gonna be Tevin Farmer based on that interview, because he was saying, he was like, yeah, I think Tevin Farmer versus Tank is a mega fight. A lot of people would want to see that. And then Leonard Ellaby was like, who wants to see that? So judging by that answer, why would you say who wants to see it if that was the fight you were planning? And he says he has the announcement basically, but he's not ready to tell it. So it's not going to be, I honestly, I think it's going to be Billy Dibb. Billy Dibb has a high ranking in the IBF, if I'm not mistaken, last time I checked. And so does Tevin Farmer. I mean, Tank Davis. So I think that's who it'll be. Ego, I see your 49ers gear. That's right. Oh yeah, man. I've been see, I'm not a bandwagon. I didn't just Jimmy G. No, I didn't even apply to Garcia versus Rios. I missed the deadline. But I wish I did, kind of, because my dude Joey Spencer is on that card. So that would have been cool to see him turn pro. But they're probably going to keep him active, so I'm going to definitely cover some of his fights. Garcia-Rios, what are y'all feeling? Are y'all excited about the fight? Y'all excited about Garcia? I think Leonard Ellaby said this too, and I know he's like a promoter, but damn, someone said not that much. I don't think it's a bad fight. Like, a lot of people, like, fans got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? They got to be realistic. They got to be realistic. Danny's coming off a year-plus layoff, and then and a loss. Not really Garcia easy. Well, we'll see. Like I said, I think a lot of people aren't being realistic with the fight. Straight up. Straight up. Brandon Rios has been stopped one time, and it was to a non-puncher. Like, let me do, for those who don't know and don't remember and stuff, let me jog your memory real quick. Brandon Rios got stopped by Timothy Bradley when his first fight with Teddy Atlas, I think. Fact. They had a very good game plan, right? They also knew what Brandon Rios struggled with. They did their research. He's the type of person that gains weight in his off season, probably eating crazy, you know what I'm saying? And probably drinking alcohol when he goes out, shit like that. And they capitalize on that by going to the body. Another thing is, rewind time. Brandon Rios at that time, mentally, he seemed a lot more just kind of immature. Like, I would see Ellie Setbacks or whoever interviewing him, and it was always like a game. It was always like they were joking, like in the Oh, like, yeah, oh, fuck that fool, and this, like, they were always, it just seemed like more of a social gathering than a training camp. That's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? But he was able, at a certain competition level, he was able to get by with that type of stuff. But then against a guy who's elite, like Timothy Bradley, and Andre Ward said it, Tim Bradley, they fought in the amateurs. He said Bradley was one of the most determined, strong-willed people he's ever fought, if not the toughest person he fought in the amateurs. So that being said, that's the wrong person to cut corners with, right? In addition, rewind time, Brandon Rios was in negotiations to fight Kell Brook. Fact. They had issues over Rios coming to the UK and how much he would get money-wise. They had issues over glove size and just different shit. The fight fell apart like a lot of Kell Brook fights at that particular time. So during that whole process, that was wasted time for Brandon Rios. Brandon Rios was thinking he was going to fight Kell Brook, and then it never materialized. So that put him on a long layoff. He didn't, before the Bradley fight. He didn't fight. If you go do your research or whatever, see when he around what I'm talking about, he didn't have no fights in that period of time because he thought he was going to fight Kell Brook. So then Top Rank put together Rios versus Bradley, and he was ill-equipped. That's why he got stopped. And I'm not making excuses. Like I said, it takes the right fighter, the right game plan to execute, because we know Bradley doesn't have the most power, but he just kept dumping to the guts, and everything, whatever Rios was doing in his offseason showed up that night. But I think Rios has matured a bit from what I've seen, and it looks like he's taking it serious. So y'all got to be realistic. Another thing with Danny Garcia, I'm not 100% sold on his power. 2 phones, no notifications. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, man, YouTube's been tripping because the Eagle Army be in here deep, quick, and then lately in some of the streams, it takes a minute to build up because I know they're not notifying people. But me personally, I like Danny Garcia a lot, but I'm not 100% sold on his power as a welterweight. I don't think he has chump power. I think he's still dangerous, but is it the same shocking power that hurt Zab Judah really bad, that spun Eric Morales around, that knocked down Lucas Matisse at 140? I don't know that. I gotta see, you know what I mean? And maybe he develops more into, you know what I mean, acclimates more into the 140 realm or whatever. But if you think about it, this fight is similar to the Robert Guerrero, because Guerrero could box, but he got away from his boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? And Danny Garcia, to my knowledge, didn't even drop Robert Guerrero. And I thought he clearly beat Robert Guerrero, but some people by the fight's end, based on the styles, were actually saying, even Floyd Mayweather, I believe, he was in the crowd talking about Garcia lost, or it was a draw, Robert Guerrero won, and shit like that. So, I mean, I just see it being an entertaining fight. Like I said, he didn't drop Guerrero. Keith Thurman did. Aaron Martinez did. Omar Figueroa did. So there's no guarantee he's going to drop Rios. And I don't know if he has the speed that like the athletic speed that Bradley had to just keep going to the body, dedicated for 12 rounds or whatever, or 10 rounds. What is this a 12 rounder or a 10 rounder? Because it's not for a title. What is this? Is this a 10 round fight? I'm tripping. I don't know. Whatever it is, I see it being entertaining. You know what I mean? Because, and the thing is, like I said, I've seen some fight, like Rios, I don't think he was really preparing great. You know what I mean? That's straight up my opinion. But he was still in there with Pacquiao for 12 rounds, in there with Diego Chavez until the DQ, stuff like that. So, I mean, he's at least tough. Diego Chavez got good power, you know what I mean? And he was in there tough. I thought he was losing that fight, by the way, too. I thought Rios was losing to Diego Chavez, and I thought that DQ was some bullshit, and it kind of bailed out Brandon Rios. See how real I keep it? I don't have a horse in the race. I just tell you how I feel. But nonetheless, I think Brandon Rios' constant pressure and ability to take a shot, it's going to be interesting. But he don't have defense, so it's actually kind of what works out for Danny Garcia. because he's a great counterpuncher and his timing is on point. Yo, we got to get the likes up. Make sure you smash the like button. I'm doing a late night sesh. I got other edits to work on. So make sure you smash the like button, then you can resume commenting. Because if we can't get the likes up, then I have to cut this stream short because I got too much stuff to do. And I might go out of town this week. So y'all got to smash the like button. A punching bag, that's the truth. He is going to get hurt badly. I mean, we'll see. But everybody be on it, like, who have you beat? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, like, that's what I don't like about what boxing fans be doing. Like, it's just like, boxing fans be mad disrespectful. Like, who's the elite person? Who's your Pacquiao that you've been in the ring with, at least? You know what I'm saying? Everyone, oh, he's a bum, he's a punching bag. Who you beat? Who you been in the ring with? You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's crazy with fans. They go off the deep end. That's why I don't know. There's a lot of terms and stuff in boxing I don't like to overuse. You know what I mean? Like, he's a bum, he's a cherry picker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of overused shit. Rio says, look focused. But Danny has better all-around skills. Yeah, he definitely does, but I hope they don't underestimate Rios. That's all I'm gonna say, because see, that's the other thing. It's very easy. Everything on paper, Danny Garcia should definitely win. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Counterpunching, fundamentals. Danny Garcia's fresher. He got a good-ass chin himself. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. So all signs lead to him. He should win. But at the end of the day, it's boxing, and underestimation could be a thing. Like James DeGale versus Caleb Truex. Just so you know, that fight took place at super middleweight, 168. Caleb Truex got knocked out by Daniel Jacobs at 160. So 8 pounds less, and Daniel Jacobs knocked him out. Fact. He got knocked out by Anthony Durrell at 168, I believe. Fact, right? And he'd been knocked out before. But then he got in there with James DeGale, an Olympic gold medalist, who totally underestimated him. And guess what? He got his ass beat in that fight. Checking in from Trinidad. Shout out to Trinidad, man. That's somewhere I would definitely love to go in the future. But same thing with Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao is a far better fighter than Jeff Horn. But Pacquiao thought it was sweet. He was like smiling and shit in the first couple of rounds. He was getting hit, and Jeff Horn wasn't playing. And Pacquiao banging his gloves and acting all like chipper. Hardcore rapper, but he's chipper. You know what I mean? And what's the name? Jeff Horn wasn't. I thought Jeff Horn lost the fight, but still, I mean, you gotta admit that the fight was dumbass close, and it shouldn't have been close. Like, listen. I think Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn. For the record, I think Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn in a close fight. That's my personal opinion. From what I remember, I watched it live. Never went back and rewatched it, but that's what I think happened, right? But I will say this: if Pacquiao lost the fight, it's his fault. It's his fault because, one, he didn't fight smart. Two, he was playing around. I think he underestimated Jeff Horn. And ultimately, you picked someone who the fans thought was a cherry pick, and through you not fighting smart, it was a stupid close fight. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been that close. Man, if I promise you, this is my honest opinion. If Floyd Mayweather fought Jeff Horn, it would not look nothing like that at all. There is no way. You know what I mean? Because Floyd is defensively better. He'll use his legs if need be. He can fight off the ropes. Pacquiao was walking himself to the ropes, but can't even fight off the ropes. That's not where he does well. That's not where he does his business. You know what I mean? And there's no one that can convince me that Marcos Maidana, when he teamed up with Robert Garcia and had all that momentum, Jesus Soto Caras knockout, Josecito Lopez knockout, fucked Broner up, hurt Broner, right? And then he fought Floyd. There's no one that can convince me that version of Maidana that was working with Robert Garcia is a lesser fighter than Jeff Horn. Marcos Maidana, even if you both want to say they're rugged and stuff, he was a more polished version. Jeff Horn, I don't remember no consistent crazy jab. Maidana improved his jab, and Maidana lost to Floyd twice. So what is Jeff Horn gonna do? What is Jeff Horn gonna do to Floyd? You know what I'm saying? Coming in with your head, Floyd shoots so many different angles on his right hand. He can shoot the uppercut. Like there's this famous picture when he fought Canelo, and he hit Canelo with his uppercut. Canelo's face was like, you know what I'm saying? So Jeff Horn coming in with his head like that. Jeff Horn has heart. That shit don't matter. There's a lot of guys that have heart. I seen motherfuckers with heart get their ass beat. So I mean, heart is cool. If this was a creative player scenario like a video game, I would rather be the fighter with heart than the fighter without heart. But at the end of the day, heart is not gonna win you no fight. You know what I mean? It's just gonna mean you keep trucking. Arturo Gatti, rest in peace, had the biggest heart in boxing, but he still, what happened when he fought Floyd Mayweather? You know what I mean? The heart didn't push him through every particular fight. He lost to Alfonso Gomez. You know what I'm saying? So heart's good, but it's not gonna win you the fight necessarily. Now, unless you got mad heart, and like let's say you lack skill, you lack the fundamental skills and have mad heart, and then your opponent doesn't have heart, then that's different, because as it wears on and they don't have heart, then that's different, because now they're gonna start breaking down, and then your heart can push you through. But at an elite level, if two guys have a moderate to good heart, then that's not gonna win you the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like Andre Ward got heart. That's why he got up after the Kovalev knockdown and fought harder. Daniel Jacobs has heart. That's why he fought Golovkin and fought him harder. He did better after he got knocked down, to be honest. Mayweather would destroy Horn, but I still feel Pacquiao's the best of this era so far. That's an idiotic statement. Like, you on that Max Kellerman, is that you? DJ Horo Rodriguez. That sounds retarded. You admit that Floyd will get past Jeff Horn, right? And Pacquiao couldn't, at least to the judges. And then they did a review with 5 new judges, and they still gave it to Jeff Horn. And Floyd beat Pacquiao. Yet, see that? Listen, people that make statements like that, though, that's what I'm from the Bay. We got a lot of crackheads. That's what we call crackhead statements. The only way you could try to justify it is from a crackheaded mentality. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else. Like, have you ever met a crackhead? A crackhead, I think everyone has different opinions. Well, I think some people are crackheads, and or maybe they don't actually smoke the crack rock. Maybe they've just been around crackheads, so they've inherited some of the cracky powers. That's what I think. I don't give a fuck about people having different opinions. It's listen. If my opinion, let's say this is my opinion, which is not. Let's say I'm like, yo, when pedophiles get released from prison, they should put them right next to schools. Hey, it's my opinion. They should be able to live right across the street from an elementary school. So, because it's my opinion, if that was my opinion, like, it's like, yeah, everyone, you could say, oh, but everyone has an opinion. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. I mean, that's a pretty fucked up opinion, and I would love to hear someone justify why you would allow a pedophile, a known offender, repeat offender, to live across the street from an elementary school. You know what I mean? So all that shit is bullshit when people say, oh, everyone's entitled to an opinion. So if that's my opinion, some fucked up shit like that, it's just, oh, that's my opinion. Deal with it. We all have our own opinions. Assholes are like opinions. Everyone has one. That's like, come on, man. You have to be able to justify your opinion. Listen. Man, you have to, like I said, you have to be able to adjust your opinion. So, what is the point? Listen, Here's how I could destroy these stupid arguments. What was the point to see Floyd fight Pacquiao if no matter what happened, Floyd wins by knockout, Floyd wins by decision, Floyd has knockdowns and wins a decision, whatever. If Floyd were to win, you're still going to say Pacquiao is the best fighter of this generation. Why do we need to see them fight? Tell me what would be the purpose of that? When no matter what, if any variation, Floyd Mayweather winning, he doesn't get the credit. That doesn't even make sense. So when people wanted to see the fight for 5 or 6 years before it actually happened, right? For the fans, hey yo, bro, I'm gonna put you in a hot seat. You will get blocked because you just sound stupid now. Answer my question. You in the hot seat. I'm not playing these games with y'all. Listen, since everyone has an opinion, we're gonna see whose opinion holds back. We're gonna see whose opinion holds up. So my question to you is, what was the purpose of everyone waiting 5 years to see them actually fight Mayweather and Pacquiao if in the end, no matter what, if Floyd were to win, he's still second to Pacquiao as this fighter of the generation? You explain that to me, Rodriguez. Explain that to me, and I'll be waiting. You got up to three responses. We'll see whose opinion makes more sense. We gonna see. Oh, J-Dog, I'm already knowing. I already know. So what is the point? What is the point of them fighting if no matter what, Pacquiao is always going to be revered as the better fighter of this generation? Why did I need to watch that? You know what I'm saying? Why did the fans push for that? You see how long it's taken for dude to respond? And that's a good question. Someone has a good question, a good response. How can Kyra said, how can Pacquiao be better than Floyd when he got knocked out in the lower divisions? That's another great question. Pacquiao's been knocked out probably like 3 times maybe. Floyd's been knocked out none times. And Pacquiao got knocked out by guys who didn't even go on to do shit. You know what I mean? Where's Rustico Toro Campo? What is he known for other than knocking out Pacquiao? What did he go on? Did he go on to beat like Eric Morales or Marco Antonio Barrera or fucking Edwin Valero, Johnny Tapia? You know what I'm saying? What did he go on to do? Only thing he's known for is knocking out Pacquiao. So Pacquiao lost to guys like that earlier in his career. You know what I mean? You admit that Jeff Horn wouldn't beat Floyd, but he beat Pacquiao. So that's another example of a guy who Floyd's better than, that you admit. Where's this dude at, man? Hey, shooters, I got a couple of y'all. Count to 15. If Rodriguez ain't responded, then get him out of here, because we're not playing this game. That's what I'm saying. Everyone wants to see. I told you, I'm the Frank Castle of this boxing game, at least on my channel. You guys aren't going to be coming to my streams and just saying whatever with no rhetoric, no type of intellectual like counter arguments or intellectual speech on why you feel that way, and then revert to, oh, everybody has an opinion. Oh, hold on, he responded. Stop the countdown. He says Ali lost and he's still referred to as one of the best, if not the best. We're not talking about Muhammad Ali. See, this is how you know. Okay, resume the countdown from 14, because he was just stalling with that. I don't care about what Muhammad Ali did in this argument, because that has nothing to do with Pacquiao. Pacquiao and Ali don't even fight in the same era and or weight class. This is what they do. Yeah, but Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just justifying Pacquiao's losses. How do you justify Pacquiao's losses by bringing up the next man in the heavyweight division? Pacquiao get it. Muhammad Ali never got knocked out by Rustico Toro Campo or someone of that level. Name someone like Rustico Toro Campo that knocked out Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know boxing history. You see, I don't even know why y'all try. The other guy that knocked out Pacquiao with a body, I forgot if Rustico did the headshot or body shot, but there was 2 knockouts back then, right? And the other guy, I don't even remember his name. He has like a long name. I don't even remember his name. You know what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali didn't get beat by a person whose name we don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? Or someone who didn't go on to really do anything. I could pull up Muhammad Ali since you want to bring him up. I could pull his box rec up right now. You know what I'm saying? It's different if you lose to a Frazier or Trevor Berbick who is younger or some shit like that, and you're older. But Pacquiao was losing in his youth. All I'm saying is 8 divisions is not something anyone can do. Who cares? Floyd went up 5 divisions, and you have to look at how many catchweights Manny Pacquiao had. His 8th division wasn't even in the true division, right? Floyd Mayweather has more fights at 154 than Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Pacquiao just fought in the 8th division. He fought Margarito, who got his ass whooped by Shane Mosley. Hey, get this dude out of here. Hey, Shooter, he's just wasting everybody's time. It's been fun. That's an easy L. Get Rodriguez out of here. One of the shooters. Listen, 8 divisions is cool, but you didn't even, like, his 8th division, he didn't even fight in that division, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't fighting the Jermell Charlos and Boo Boo Andre, you know what I'm saying? Of that division. He fought a welterweight who got knocked out by Shane Mosley, who had then moved up and been suspended and shit, and moved up to a catchweight. That's different. Why you wait for Shane Mosley to fight Margarito? Why you wait for Shane Mosley to knock him out? Why you wait for Floyd to knock out Ricky Hatton when he's no longer undefeated to fight Ricky Hatton? It's too easy, man. Yeah, and it was a vacant belt. You know what I'm saying? Ego, who's the best of all time? I don't, like, if you guys follow me, I don't really do that. I don't do pound for pound list, who's the best. Like, that stuff is not really up my alley, to be honest. Like, because it's hard to quantify. Some guys stay in the heavyweight division, but they're great, like Muhammad Ali. Some guys, like Roy Jones, fought in 5, 6 division. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, there ain't no best. Like Nas said. He said, who's the best? Nas, Pac, or Big? Ain't no best. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to quantify. Different eras had different rules. You know what I mean? Like, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. got over 100 fights. Ain't nobody in this era is even close to 75 fights. Well, there's a couple, Pacquiao maybe, or Marquez, but definitely not 100. Name someone who's close to 100 bouts, except for maybe James Toney or somebody. I don't know how many Roy Jones has at the moment, but there's not you like Danny Garcia's and the Wilders, and none of them dudes are close to having 100 bouts, because the game is different. You don't have to fight every 2 weeks and shit. See, that's a casual comment. When people say that to me, I have no choice but to put you into casual conversation. He says, you know what, Floyd is good, but I like guys who are more offensive. Yeah, but I mean, you clearly haven't followed Floyd's career. He was offensive when he was fighting guys like Diego Corrales, Castillo. You know what I mean? He was a lot more offensive. If you fight like Maidana, you'll make him more offensive. If you fight like what's the name, Cotto, then he will. No, Cotto. I just gave you 2 examples, Cotto, and also Cotto and Maidana won. But Floyd is the type of person where he has brittle hands. He aged in the sport and evolved his style. If you can't fuck with him like a Robert Guerrero, then he's gonna toy with you and make it the easiest night that he can. It doesn't matter, man. I'm not trying to hear none of that because that sounds stupid. pressure fighters are cool, but pressure fighters be getting knocked the fuck out and talking like they have CTE. So, I mean, what are you really saying? I'd rather be the fighter who is cerebral and not getting embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Period. So all that other shit is overrated. Like Antoine Douglas, okay, he's been in wars, but he's a youthful fighter, and now people are saying you're done for. You're done. Like who is saying Antoine Douglas can beat Canelo, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andre, Triple G? But a couple years ago, people were saying that he was nice with it, but fighting with no defense led to him getting knocked out twice, and the way he was responding to a guy who lost to Billy Joe Saunders, Spike O'Sullivan, the way he was fighting and responding to the punches didn't look good. It didn't look good at all. So all that stuff is overrated. You know what I mean? Everyone, ooh, where's Ruslan Provodnikov? Ruslan Provodnikov talking about, I think I'm done. I don't think I'm coming back. He got outboxed by John Molina, who's not even a boxer. Like, I mean, he's a boxer, but he's not like what you would consider like a Terrence Crawford type of boxer. Where is he? Retired. Where's Robert Guerrero? He started fighting big boy fights and fighting like he was a machista. Yeah, I'm the ghost. And now his career is ghost. He's doing commentary. And I'm not roasting. I'm just, this is a fact. He's doing commentary now, and he's younger than Floyd. So when people tell me that, miss me with all that. Miss me with all that. Robert Guerrero is doing commentary on PBC, while Floyd just made in excess of 100 million and stopped a Conor McGregor. You know what I mean? Someone who is massively bigger than him, and keep going. Anyway, I'm done saying my piece to you. You could like whoever you want. I'm just saying, when people overrate the heart and pressure shit, that's cool. But to me, straight up, fights get boring when it's too much of the rock'em sock'em robots. To me, like Francisco Vargas and Orlando Salido, it started off cool, and I'm like, yeah, this is dope. But people were like, fight of the year, man. It wasn't my fight of the year, because neither guy really pulled away. Neither guy really showed the ability to adjust. Like, I understand that the first 5-6 rounds are like that, but who's gonna pull away? Who really wants it more? You know what I'm saying? Like, who can make subtle differences and subtle changes to the point where it's not just some rock'em sock'em robot type and, you know what I mean, trading. That's just me personally. I like to see, like, Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera. Now that's different, because they went to war. Hey, Ernest, you gotta go, because you putting some code or whatever. Morales, Barrera, Bad Blood, they went to war. They were action file, but you still seen the level of skill. You still seen the level of adjustments made, even in like the rematches and stuff. Guys are trying different things, and it's not just like throwing punches and that's it. You know what I mean? Yo, hey, this dude is in the Matrix. I blocked him and he won't get blocked. Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on. This guy, he's like, what the hell? There's a robot in here. Hey, shooters, if you see that Ernest McDade dude come back, just block him off rip. Because I think he's like a robot or some shit. He was just putting weird... I don't know. That was weird. And he had 2 accounts some kind of way. He trying to hack you, bro. Good luck. I have 2-step security. See, like Drake said, I'm not new to this. I'm not new to this. I got 2-step security, so you have to have my phone to get the how do you say that? It's like you have to prove your authenticity with a generated code. So if you don't have my phone, you can't do that. Yeah. Man, my shooter's on deck, and they will clap. They got so many bodies, they are not afraid to clap, man. Listen, see, let's talk about this the Pacquiao situation with, what's the name? So Pacquiao did an interview with FightNews.com. I did a video about it, and he's talking about he wants to fight Lucas Matisse, right? He wants to fight Lucas Matisse. Bob Arum already came out and done said no. Like, no, that's not going to happen. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you guys don't see it, or some of you don't see it, but it seems like it's the same MO with Top Rank. They love in-house fights as much as humanly possible. You know what I mean? Pacquiao versus Matisse, let's be clear. Be clear. Pacquiao Matisse is light right now. A couple years ago, that would have been bomb, and everyone would have loved it. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, it's a light fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that great. You know what I'm saying? But it's better than Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado. You know what I mean? And if you're gonna if you see this, Bob Arum, there's no shade to him. He's a businessman. But in my honest opinion, Bob Arum, he's from the old school in terms of promoting. It's still about the promoter. You know what I mean? Because to me, if you really wanted to make this a pay-per-view, an ESPN pay-per-view, Jeff Horn versus Terrence Crawford with Pacquiao on the card, I feel like putting at least a known name like who's, I guess, got some form of a belt, like Pacquiao versus Lucas Matisse, I think that would be a better ticket than Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado, meaning more people would be inclined or enticed to buy the pay-per-view if it was Pacquiao Matisse. But again, Bob Arum, being from the old school way of promoting, he don't care. He's trying to keep it in-house, save some money, doesn't have to work with another promoter, and maximize his profit in terms of however much this grosses. Like, oh, it's Pacquiao's on it. They better be happy I'm putting Pacquiao on the card. You know what I mean? Despite who the fuck Pacquiao is fighting. You know what I mean? But this new generation, especially with like PBC and the way they stack cards and stuff, fans are getting away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just a matter of putting 2 stars on the card. It has to be at least a decent fight that people want to see, especially if you're going to charge pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Golden Boy, they kind of have that same thing. I was at the Canelo Golovkin fight. Not one memorable undercard fight. Main event, bomb. That was dope. I enjoyed it. But the undercard was Joseph Jojo Diaz versus who the fuck ever. It was supposed to be someone, and he got injured, so they just put a body in there. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Blue Chip Martin versus, I don't know. You know what I mean? Some guy from Mexico. So imagine if Canelo Golovkin, that first undercard, had somehow Joseph Jojo Diaz versus Gary Russell Jr. You know what I mean? I'm sure that would enhance the card, because I like that fight. I think it's a good fight. So it's not just about Pacquiao. I hate to tell y'all, Pacquiao don't have the same star power he once did. He just doesn't. He doesn't have the same star power, so you're not going to just be able to slide him on Crawford Horn with anybody and then imagine and expect the pay-per-view buys to increase by 200,000 more than what they would have without Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, like, put it this way. Even though it's Pacquiao and he has a name, I would rather see Crawford Horn. I would rather see Scott Quigg versus Oscar Valdez on that undercard. It's a done deal fight. I'd rather see that on the undercard than Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado, me personally, because I think Valdez versus Quigg is a better fight. You know what I'm saying? So fans aren't stupid. It's not just about a name. Pacquiao has a bigger name than Oscar Valdez and Scott Quigg. But at the same time, what's the more compelling matchup. Yeah, Pacquiao should definitely retire. If he's fighting Mike Alvarado, who most people can't name his last 4 opponents, it's probably about that time. Plus, he's halfway into politics, halfway into boxing. You can't do that, man. Fight Errol Spence like that, when you can only train for February to March, and then you have to fight in April, then that's a reset. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You can't be that part-time boxer, because Errol Spence ain't no part-time boxer. So you're not gonna, even if you have more skill than him. Nah, don't disrespect Pacquiao. See, another classic example of a sensitive, moist millennial. Where is the disrespect to Pacquiao? How did I disrespect Pacquiao? I should put you in the hot seat. Alejandro. Oh, not from you? I was about to say, I didn't even say nothing to disrespect him. Listen, Groves Eubank is an excellent fight. They both keep talking shit. Like, Eubank said it won't go 12. Groves is basically saying the same thing. I'm looking forward to that. See, that's more top ranked magic. This whole talk about Pacquiao, Lomachenko, who cares? Like, see, I'm gonna tell you straight up how I feel. I don't care who's angry with it and shit like that. Who cares? What that fight? What does that fight really do? What does that really prove? You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao Loma would be an entertaining fight. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen. The media is crazy. This media is crazy. Because people are so easy to get bamboozled to the point where they just accept it. Like, I think Pacquiao versus Loma could have good action, but motherfuckers be fake. They be like, oh, the best versus the best and this and that. But that's not what you really care about. The people who are saying that, old media and shit. It's not what you care about. Because if Crawford, listen, somebody answer this for me. And I might catch a body in the hot seat because I know y'all won't be able to answer this. Make sure we get the likes up. Smash the like button. If y'all want me to bring up this point, can I get a hell yeah? Listen. Somebody answer this. If Lomachenko is willing to take one fight at 135 and then move up to 140, then why didn't he fight Terrence Crawford at 140? Right? Why were we talking about Mikey Garcia at 135? Why not fight Mikey Garcia at 140? Why fight Pacquiao, the motherfucker who's 39, who's coming off of a Jeff Horn loss, and is most likely going to fight a person like Mike Alvarado, which doesn't prove shit, you know what I mean? Because Pacquiao would be the clear favorite over Mike Alvarado at this point, right? So, explain to me that. If you're like, it's like there's several able-bodied, more youthful, fresher 140-pound fighters, and you're going to fight Pacquiao, who just came off of a loss, and then the fans are going to eat it up because it's two big names talking about, well, yeah, it'll be entertaining. But I mean, it's kind of like the Rigondeaux fight. A guy with a great name and 2 Olympic gold medals that had to come up 2 weight classes. So, you know what I mean? Lomachenko himself said, "Oh, hey, guess what? That wasn't my biggest win because he's not even in my weight class." You know what I mean? So why do we? And then on top of that, they're gonna use if Lomachenko beats Pacquiao. Mark my words, if he beats Pacquiao, then they're gonna use it as a catalyst to keep saying, "Hey, I told you, Lomachenko is the best since Muhammad Ali. He'll beat Pretty Boy Floyd." You know what I mean? And then that'll be the talking point. But if you want those credentials that he could beat Pretty Boy Floyd, then you're gonna have to do something better than to beat a 39-year-old Pacquiao coming off of a loss and an ultra tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're moving up in weight, because like I said, there's able-bodied 140 pounders that prove a whole hell of a lot more, and I'm very consistent. It's like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook. Kell Brook is great at what he does at welterweight, but he hadn't fought anyone really good since Sean Porter, right? So for Golovkin to knock him out, break his eye, and then, oh, told you Golovkin's #1. He's not #1 off of that. I'll be more impressed if you can convincingly beat Daniel Jacobs or Canelo, which you haven't done. You know what I mean? Because at least they're more youthful, fresher, and they're bigger. Canelo's bigger than Kell Brook. Jacobs definitely is. And stylistically, they have more to offer. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, it benefits Pacquiao more if he can beat Lomachenko than the other way around. And that's just because Pacquiao is the guy who's on his way out, part-time senator or a politician or whatever. So if he can beat the guy who's being praised like that, then that's great for him. But it's like, man, these are like kind of, like I said, top rank tricks, little top rank tricks. They'll feed you a name, even like despite like they think the fans won't put into perspective the context. See, that I guess that's the word of the day, man. Remember, I think it was Sesame Street. They used to have like a word of the day. The word of the day is context. It's context. I put these wins in context. Like, I can give Lomachenko credit for making Rigondeaux quit. I truly do. I give him credit, but I would give him more credit if he did that to somebody who I think is of a similar size and or power with experience in that division or higher. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about context. Lomachenko beating Pacquiao, yes, that's a name for him. But in the context of things, Floyd just beat you in recent memory. Bradley beat you in recent memory. Jeff Horn beat you in recent memory. And then we haven't seen you fight at 140 since Ricky Hatton 2009. So we don't know how you're gonna look at that weight. You know what I'm saying? So there's just better options. If Lomachenko fought one fight at 35 and then he fought the winner Regis Prograis versus Julius Ndongo, that means more to me than the Pacquiao win at this point. You know what I'm saying? If he were to beat Amir Imam, Jose Ramirez winner, that would mean more at 140. Ego, why didn't you give Triple G credit for beating Jacobs because he's B? What does that even mean? Because he's B? Listen, if you guys talk like third graders, your questions won't be answered. You have to learn to complete sentences. You know what I mean? Oh, you mad because he talk like B. Who's B? What does that even mean to me? Bradley and Horn didn't beat Pacquiao. The judges said he did, and he has a fucking loss. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, so honestly, do you think Floyd Mayweather would be in that predicament with either Bradley or Jeff Horn to the point where anyone even thought Floyd lost to Jeff Horn or Timothy Bradley? Probably not. So again, that's also part of Pacquiao's shortcomings as a fighter. He, at least at the later stage in his career, he can't pull away from guys. He can't get the same finishes and shit like that. He leaves it up to where it's somewhat debatable. Fighting in flurries versus Bradley, fighting a dumb fight and losing the first rounds versus Jeff Horn, that's his fault. So now you leave it up for debate. Yeah, Floyd, I mean, there's no way Floyd would lose to Jeff Horn in my book. Triple G will duck Charlo, bro. I mean, it's already set in motion, but again, this is what the fans accept. You know what I mean? Abel Sanchez, hey, why should we fight him? Nah, Floyd wouldn't beat Spence. That's debatable. And either way, they're friends, so they wouldn't fight. Next. You know what I'm saying? See, people love to do that. But when Lucas Batiste was on top and Maidana was on top and they're countrymen and friends, no one pitted them to fight each other. But Floyd and Errol Spence, they want to talk about that when they're friends. Errol's not, he never, when have you ever seen Errol Spence call out Floyd Mayweather? He said he'll fight Pacquiao. He said he'll fight Keith Thurman. You know, he got that little twang in his voice. Yeah, I fight Keith Thurman, right? He never said one word about fighting. That's something you perpetuate because that's what you want, because you don't care who loses. It's, like I said, it's the lesser of two evils. Lomachenko beating Pacquiao is like banging your high school homecoming queen 20 years later. Wow, that's pretty good. That's a slick analogy. Or later in life when she has 2 kids and she don't look like the prom queen she once was or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But I promise you, man, I've studied this game. I've been in the game. I've seen some stuff like the internal workings of the game, and I promise you, this is how old media moves. They're gonna use little things like this. Like if Lomachenko can beat Pacquiao, which is not a foregone conclusion, but if he can beat Pacquiao, you know what I mean, his youth and his like agility and stuff prevail, where to the point where he beats Pacquiao, because he was a name, they'll use that to build him up and keep building him up. Meanwhile, he's not taking on the same challenges. He's had some good names, but he's not taking on the same challenges that would put him in harm's way. The same challenges that we want to see from other fighters. And oftentimes, they're black fighters. You know what I mean? Like, people keep saying, Errol Spence, he should fight Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford, right? And I'm like, okay, let's see it. I don't have a problem with any of those fights if they're trying to fight him. You know what I mean? But where's Lomachenko? Why can't Lomachenko fight someone who's that stern of a test and matches up that well with him? That's youthful, has momentum, not coming off of a loss or recent losses, undefeated, powerhouse, knockout artist, taller than him. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's just, and this is how they build up fighters. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of these guys, they never have to do what their opponents have to do to face them. Like Rigondeaux had to move up 2 weight classes. Why doesn't Lomachenko move up 2 weight classes and fight Pacquiao? Just straight away. Rigondeaux did it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers want to make fun of Rigondeaux like, Rigondeaux, he quit. So don't take no 135 tune. See, you see how the game is fucked up? Everybody knows Rigondeaux had like 2 rounds fought in the last 2 years or whatever. He still, even though he came up short, he still jumped 2 weight classes. He thought he could beat him, and he tried. You know what I mean? He took the risk. And straight away, jumped up 2 weight classes, couldn't get the other fights with Leo Santa Cruz, Abner Matas, Carl Frampton, or whoever. So he said, fuck it. I'm not getting any younger. I could challenge Lomachenko 2 divisions up. But why won't Lomachenko jump up and fight a 39-year-old Pacquiao? You know what I mean? That's almost the reverse of the Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux's 38, Pacquiao's 39. So just jump up. Don't take no 135 fight. with Jorge Linares or Ray Beltran. Just do exactly what Rigondeaux did. And then if I were to suggest that, then they'll say, oh, you just want Lomachenko to lose. Just like you wanted Rigondeaux to lose. Because you had no problem with Rigondeaux doing it, jumping up 2 weight classes straight off the rip. You had no problem with Kell Brook jumping up 2 weight classes straight off the rip. But then if I were to suggest that for Lomachenko, then all of a sudden I'm the bad guy and I just want to see him lose, right? You know what I mean? So once again, these fighters who the media build up and stuff, the fans never want to see them actually do what their opponents have had to do. They would call me racist. Yeah, probably. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm saying is let's keep it all the way equal. And I don't care what you say. Like, okay, Rigondeaux got his ass beat and was made to quit. But there would be a lot more motherfuckers in that same boat if they did what Rigondeaux did. Jump up 2 weight classes, don't acclimate, and fight a 2-time Olympic gold medalist 2 weight divisions higher, or a respected veteran, or you know what I'm saying, or a respected amateur fighter. So it's easy to make fun of at Rigondeaux and whatnot. Oh, he quit, no Lomachenko. Well, when Terrence Crawford was at 140, let's see Lomachenko jump up 2 weight classes and fight Crawford, who's not even an Olympic gold medalist. And it probably wouldn't look good. But see, that's what I'm saying. Since Top Rank is building up Lomachenko, he gets to have an in-between fight at 135, see how he feels and all that good stuff, and then have a fight at 140. Yo, the channel is getting so popular that there's knockoff imposter channels that use my pictures. Like, that shit is corny. Like, I don't know why, like, what you think, like, you think that's funny. You just get blocked within seconds. I got shooters on deck. So for 2 seconds of an appearance and 1 comment, the shooters see the comment and then you're out of here. So good luck with that. You took more time making the account and downloading a picture of me from wherever you got it, like a fucking weirdo, than you survived in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So I hope it was worth it. That shit just makes me laugh. That's how I know. I'm gonna call my mom like, Mama, I made it. If motherfuckers got that much time to download screenshots of me and pictures of me and use my likeness and image and fake accounts just to leave 1 comment and get shot off the map by one of my shooters or myself, then fuck it. Like I said, hope it was worth it. Good luck with that. Horn deserves to get knocked the fuck out. That dude has no skill. Damn, you sound kind of mad at Horn. Even Loma didn't want credit for beating Rigondeaux. Jessica said, hi, ego boxing, what's the word? Now we just vibing, chilling out, late night session, talking boxing. Yeah, and like I said, this is not against Loma as a person. Like, half of what is done, it's not like he's typing articles or making videos. This is the media. This is what the media portrays. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this is how they build up fighters. Like the old way of building up fighters. Canelo, they put him in there with Shane Mosley, a name, when he's young. So, yeah, even though he had all the advantage, he was the bigger guy size-wise. He had more momentum than Shane Mosley. Oh, Canelo beat Shane Mosley. I told you this kid is special. Yeah, but Shane Mosley's 40. When Canelo fought him, he had recently lost to Pacquiao, lost to Mayweather, had a draw with Sergio Mora, and he was 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? But they want to give all the credit in the world for shit like that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's just, I'm just telling you the tricks they have up their sleeve. Or how they bash Floyd for fighting Berto. But I ain't seen one of these motherfuckers, not near one of them, not near one of these motherfuckers say anything about Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado, which is indeed a worse fight. You know what I'm saying? Berto at least has knockout power and speed. and he's bigger than Floyd Mayweather and younger than Floyd Mayweather. Mike Alvarado is like 38 or so. Pacquiao's 39, so they're very close in age, and Mike Alvarado got a lot of mileage on him. You know what I'm saying? With the Rios wars, the wars with Brandon Rios being stopped and made to quit versus Ruslan Provodnikov. Juan Manuel Marquez, one of my favorite counterpunchers, was definitely handling him in that fight. So, where's the outcry for the Pacquiao? See, this is what I'm saying. They just sweep it under the rug. They sweep it under the rug. And, oh, he's a part senator and he's already given so much to boxing. Let him go out fighting a Mike Alvarado. Why does he get to go out like that? But Floyd don't get to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Funny. Double standards in boxing. But Pacquiao's a legend. Just let him do it. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that Broner shit, yo. Listen, I wasn't there, so I can't really tell you. I can't tell you for sure what happened, but that shit sounds like some bullshit. I seen the video of it. That seems like they trying to set Broner up. Real shit. I just seen some shit. Y'all want to see the video? I might do a video on it. But from what I seen of the girl that got groped, they trying to fuck Broner up. They trying to set him up. Broner says he was mind his own business and they wanted to take a picture and he didn't want to take a picture. But I seen the video of the girl and like Broner looked to me from the video, it looked like he was leaving and the girl was like following him and her dude was like trying to hold her back and she was like, no. That looked like some bullshit. Cause listen, I've been around all types of situations, from classy situations that are in a controlled environment to some street shit. You know what I mean? Like the Bay Area used to have like, what was that shit called? They would have these parties. I don't even remember what they were called off the top of my head. Anyway, they had these parties that were in like these big ass warehouses. Oh my gosh, I forgot what they're called. That's pissing me off too. But anyway, they used to have like these parties in these big ass warehouses. You see all types of shit, fights and people basically fucking on the dance floor. You know what I mean? Just crazy shit. I'm from the Bay, home of the sideshows. Yee! We used to like back in the hyphy era and before. Man, the Bay used to be so lit. It's so turned. It's been crazy. You know what I mean? But anyway, I've been around different stuff, right? Nah, it wasn't just a rave. It's because the raves be playing that music from the Blade soundtrack. But this was playing like more club top 40 shit. But anyway, the whole thing is like you have to understand, like the thing I've been blessed with being like growing up in a multicultural melting pot like the Bay Area and California in general is you know how to move in different situations. Like when I'm going to film in Oakland, you gotta you know what I mean, you watch your surroundings. When I be in Richmond, you gotta play the scene. You just have to know how to navigate in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to have street smarts and common sense also. So I've been blessed to. I feel like I've always got good grades in school, like academic smart, but also street smart. Some people are missing that. They're missing the street smart aspect of it. So anyway, fast forward to the Broner situation. From what I've seen, if a dude grabbed you and groped you, you would feel so violated. I don't see why you would be running up on him even more and like antagonizing the situation if you got violated. It seemed like you would just be trying to find shelter, find help, call the police, shit like that, instead of chasing him down. And the video I seen, the girl was like, ah, like trying to chase him down and like as if she wanted to fight him. So that's, to me, the mannerism. If a motherfucker raped you or like groped you, that behavior doesn't seems like he would try to get to safety. You get what I'm saying? So that the Broner thing seems like a setup. Seems like a setup. It seems like somebody trying to throw dirt on his name. But I will say this, man. I'm about to drop a gem. If y'all want me to drop a gem, let me get a hell yeah. If y'all want me to drop this gem, can I get a hell yeah? If y'all want me to drop some gems, can I get a hell yeah? So, this is what I'm going to say. Broner is the thing he's guilty of. Like, again, I don't know the full details. Maybe there's more to the story. But the problem with Broner is, to me, his mentality. So, he creates, like, I don't believe that bad luck just follows one person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bad luck just follows this one person, and they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? So Broner having all these run-ins and different contact with the police and different charges, I don't think there's just some virus or something that just follows Broner. So I think that's part of something he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He has to be doing something. Either you have the wrong people around you, you just living too much of the fast life, but you have to watch how you step and watch how you pivot and watch how you move and stuff like that. Because, I mean, I've seen it. I know people in my personal life, and they're messy. So they always are in messy situations, like fucking with someone who's married and then shit blows over and the husband wants to fight them, or, you know what I'm saying? Or they getting kicked out or fired from a job, just different shit like that. So I really feel like Broner needs to be smarter in these types of situations. And I'm not his daddy, you know what I mean? So I'm not telling him what to do. I'm just giving my opinion. I just really has to be smarter in those situations. Why are y'all still talking about Pacquiao? Pacquiao, 3 losses, they're a robbery. Okay. What 3 losses are right? So you're trying to say Bradley, Jeff Horn, and what's the 3rd loss? Of course I've been to Vallejo. I'm in the same area code as Vallejo. So anyway, you just got to be smart how you move. And Broner needs to realize he's a target. Period. He's a target. He's a target. So, you know what I mean? People know about your run-ins with the law and your image and all that type of stuff. So sometimes people are looking for that quick come up. Oh yeah, let's say he groped me. You know what I'm saying? And you got to deal with the repercussions. And see, this is the thing. Like with court, you've been accused of it. You got to show up. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, like, even if it's false, you still got to fight it. So that's just a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? And Broner, he just seems like emotional at times. Like someone said, "Oh, what about Big Bro, Floyd Mayweather?" That ain't my big bro. And then, like, we just seen that. It's just like that Bill Murray movie, Deja Vu. Broner would be like, "Floyd's my big bro," and then he'd be like, "Fuck Floyd, I want to fight Floyd. That's not my big bro. All my big bros, last name Broner. Won't, won't, won't." Then you'll see Broner in a car with Floyd Mayweather, and then they're kicking it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like a repeat record, just over and over again. Fuck Floyd, like, that's not my big bro. And then, like I said, then he's in Floyd's whip, kicking it with Floyd, laughing. Oh, we had a misunderstanding, but you just wanted to fight him, you said. So, whatever. What do you think of the late Johnny Tapia? I love Johnny Tapia. I even like the documentary about him. Sad story. I see some of y'all don't know that I was born in New Mexico. So yeah, the Johnny Tapia story that touches my heart because that's my humble beginnings. I'm from New Mexico. I was born in New Mexico, where he's from. So, well, not necessarily the same place. I'm from near Albuquerque. So I just like that story. Shout out to Johnny Tapia. But see, that's another thing. Like, I'm not saying Broner's Johnny Tapia, but like, just that fast life. Living that fast life and drugs and, you know what I mean? He could have went on to do even more, but he's getting locked up. Yeah, he's from Albuquerque, but I'm from near Albuquerque. I was on the military base that's by there, so I'm not technically from Albuquerque. Ortiz Alexander, I haven't really given it enough thought. Is anybody's fight. See, listen, Victor Ortiz is like a Broner to me, in terms of, just like Forrest Gump said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Broner, Victor Ortiz, fighters like that, Zab Judah, you never know what you're gonna get. So as long as I don't know what I'm gonna get, I'm not doing no fight predictions on fighters like that, because I'm not risking my prediction streak when a person, I don't know how they're gonna show up, I don't know how they're training, I don't know if they're in shape. You know what I mean? I like this thing called consistency, reliability. Like, if Terrence Crawford loses, he lost because he just lost to a better man, from what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Not because he was like in trouble with the law and had all this other shit going on, or he was bullshitting and clubbing. You know what I mean? Same thing with Errol Spence. Like, people who've been more consistent to me, then, like I said, if they lose, they lose. But the Wildcats and Wild Cannons, I'm not doing no fight predictions on them. Victor Ortiz is definitely one of them. You know what I mean? Like, any man that will get stopped by multiple guys and then call them pussies, then yeah, I can't take that seriously. Victor Ortiz literally said Maidana, who did he say? Maidana, Floyd, and Luis Collazo or some shit. They're all pussies and they're not on his level. But they all stopped you, so that doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? How you gonna call someone a puss and they stopped you? And you quit in 2 of them, for all of them fights. That's delusional stuff. So good luck to Victor Ortiz, good luck to Devin Alexander. I'll just be watching as a fan. Period. Like I said, I don't waste my time making fight predictions if a person hasn't been consistent. To me, it's not worth it. Oh, let's talk about this Wilder situation. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Y'all can get mad or whatever. How come Wilder, why are people mad? Like, listen, why are people mad that he's calling out Joshua? Yo, can we get to 100 likes? I know it's the late night creep, but the likes just kind of tapered off. Can we get to 100 likes? Smash the like button. Why somebody who feels this way, and unless you start putting crazy stuff, I don't have to even hot seat you, but you might get hot seat depending on what you put. Why would you be mad that Joshua is being called out by Wilder? Like, you know what I mean? People are, oh, that's not classy. Boxing is not classy. You know what I mean? I see motherfuckers, sometimes they wear suits, but sometimes they just be in a jumpsuit. You know what I mean? They be in like a windbreaker outfit. You know what I mean? What is this whole classy thing in boxing? Are we that sensitive and soft as a society where it's like, hey, these boxers, they're not really great role models. They're not classy enough for me. Like that just sounds weird to me, that a boxer's not classy enough. because he's trash talking. He wants to knock you out. He wants to fight you. Like, why would he be classy? It's not like he wants to be dinner pals or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, hey Joshua, how about another shrimp on the Barbie? Cheers. Like, why would it be cordial? Like, I mean, I can understand with some people maybe it is, but why? Like, everyone's not gonna be like that in this type of sport. So I want to understand that. So for somebody, so there's nobody in this stream right now who's offended by Wilder's constant trash talk. Like, this is what I don't get about boxing fans. This is what I don't get about boxing fans. If Gervonta and his team don't seem like they want to fight Tank, you shit on him for not, because you don't think he wants to fight Tank or Lomachenko. But then Wilder, at least from what he's telling us, he really seems like he wants to fight Joshua, and you say he's bringing up Joshua too much. So Lomachenko's not bringing up Tank too much when he calls him out. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't get it. Either you appreciate the guys pursuing the best versus the best, trying to make the best possible fights, or you don't. And then it gets deeper when we get these fighters talking about purses, and he just wants a payday, and he never sold out a stadium. What, like, honestly, that's the worst feeling. That's like a girl with mixed feelings or something. You know what I'm saying? She gives you signs that she's interested, and then she gives you signs that she's taken or not really interested. That's the equivalent. Like, in the grand scheme of things, what the fuck do you want? Or even not even just a girl with mixed feelings. I have my ex, well, I've had several exes, but several exes that were, you like, hey babe, where do you want to go eat? What do you want to go eat for dinner? Oh, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm open. Like, all right, cool. Let's go to Outback. I already had Outback last month. I don't want Outback. Like, what the fuck? You just said you didn't care, and then the first thing I suggest, now you don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, just pick something else. Like, what about BJ's? I don't really like BJ's. Like, bitch, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Because first you say you didn't care, you were open to down for anything, and now I gave you two different options, and you don't want either one of those. No, BJ's. I don't want BJ's. Like, what? What do you want? And then, like, you pick. I don't know. Like, you, man, jump out the car while it's moving. I don't got time for this shit. But that's the same indecisiveness with boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? They say they want a steakhouse. Okay, let's go to Outback. No, I don't want to go down there. I don't want an awesome blossom. I don't want it. Like, what? The fuck do you want then? You know what I mean? That's what it is with these boxing fans. It's the best versus the best, man. It's all about the best versus the best. Okay. So Wilder versus Joshua, they're not two of the best in the division, if not the best. And like, Wilder needs to get a life. He just keeps mentioning AJ. He really needs to get a fucking life, man. Watch out for Luis Ortiz, man. Like, what the fuck do you want? He's a fighter. It's just what it is. He's a fighter. The motherfucker doesn't, I mean, he's confident. He's in the zone right now. You really need to focus on King Kong. Like Peter Jackson, remember when he directed the King Kong movie? That's what you should be doing. You should focus on King Kong. Stop talking about AJ. It's not classy. Like, what is this classy shit, man? Fuck classy. You know what I mean? Everybody wants boxing to be so aristocratic. Hey, AJ, I'd like to challenge you to a duel. A friendly joust, if you will. So if you get past Joseph Parker and I get past Luis Ortiz, we can lock arms. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking? Like, y'all want some corny shit, man. stay off my channel. This is not the channel for you. I'm not gonna be politically correct. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I'm ego belly. I don't care. If that's what you want from boxing, that's why I love this sport. Cause like, you don't have to be, you know what I mean? It's just boxing. It's raw. It's real. You know what I mean? 1 minute the guy's standing up, next minute he's knocked the fuck out. That means it's boxing. You know what I mean, you guys, some of you guys want. Deontay Wilder needs to chill, pump his brakes with the trash talking. I want him to keep doing that shit. Keep trash talking. I want him to talk more shit. I want Anthony Joshua to talk shit. I want Tyson Fury to, I want them all. That shit's entertain me, motherfucker. I want to see everybody talk shit. Even if you have 2 KOs and 40 fights, I want to see you talk shit. That's because that's how I am. I'm an evil person. I just want to see it. You know what I mean? Y'all talking about classy. Why does he keep yelling bomb squad? That's not classy. Who raised him? Like wow. You guys wanted to be handshakes and kudos and shit like that. It's not always gonna be like that. Hey, and the funny thing is the motherfuckers have the audacity to call Floyd boring, even though he's trash talking and built up fights for sure. Even to the point where, like, even if the fight doesn't have the type of action you want to see, the buildup was there, right? They call Floyd boring, but to me, it's boring when Golovkin and Canelo are just being super cordial. The fight itself is good. That's why I went to it and spent my money to go to Vegas for a week, right? But I can't think of one memorable moment in the Canelo versus Golovkin buildup. You know what I mean? There might have been a couple of interviews where they said some cool shit, but there wasn't much of a buildup. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's crazy. So, once again, I'm gonna ask again. Anybody who has a problem with Deontay Wilder aggressively calling out champions and calling for the best fights like AJ, why? What are you mad at? Why? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Even Angel Garcia, I like that shit. I don't agree with all of his stuff. I speak the truth. Like, you know, like, but it's still, he's entertaining. He keeps people talking. You know what I mean? So I don't get it. I don't personally get it why people. And if people love it, see, that's what, listen, this is how you know something fake's going on. See, I'm here to give y'all that real. Yeah, like when Angel Garcia went in on Fight Hub, that shit was crazy. Don't talk to me about no goddamn Matisse. Talk to me about Danny, champ of the world, Danny, talking to, like, this motherfucker was tripping. I speak the truth, talk about Danny. Like, bro, you gotta calm down. You about to bust a blood vessel. Angel was really fucked about Latinos. Oh, they American when they get their welfare checks. Like, what are you talking? They asked you about Matisse and you talking about food stamps and welfare. Hey, Angel was wildin'. That shit was funny. Don't talk to me about no gosh darn Matisse. Talk about Danny, champ of the world. Talk about Danny, like motherfucker. So you can't bring up your opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fight, so they can only talk about Danny. And you know what I mean? Hey, he was tripping because like people. I think it was because Lucas Matisse was a big threat or whatever. He was a big threat, and I think he was getting annoyed because people were saying that Danny was going to get knocked out. So it just kind of, because now I've seen recent interviews and they're asking him about Brandon Rios, and he's like, Brandon Rios is tough. He's a tough kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't flipping out because Rios' name was getting was getting mentioned. But when Matisse came up, he's like, yeah, but Matisse, don't talk to me about no gosh darn Matisse. Talk to me about Danny. Danny, the champ of the world. That motherfucker said, talk to me about Danny. Danny. Hey, that shit, I'm about to go watch that shit again. That shit was funny. I ain't never had nobody flash on me like that. Lou DiBella, he didn't really flash on. See, a lot of people try to make it like Lou DiBella flashed on me. I said something Dillian White, and he's like, who the fuck is Dillian White? He wasn't really flipping on me. He wasn't like, don't talk to me about no Matisse. Talk to me about no goddamn Matisse. Talk about Danny. That motherfucker was like, talk to me about Danny. That shit was so funny. But I like that. That's what I'm saying. I like that trash talk, man. And see, this is the thing. People, oh, you love Floyd Mayweather. When I was laughing when Ruben was going on. You guys like this guy? Woman beater? He beat up his wife in front of his kids. You guys like this baby nuts? You know what I mean? That shit was funny to me. But I'm the one who's a groupie for the fighters. Y'all the ones be getting sensitive. Hey, Ruben Guerrero, he really flipped out for no reason. Like, the beginning of his speech to the end, there was like really no transition. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how if you've been witness to fight or something, there's like a progression and a transition to the actual fight. Like, you see it brewing. But Ruben got on the mic. He's like, yeah, I'm here with my son, Robert. I'm Ruben. He's like, I'm ready. Robert is ready. Like, out of nowhere, he just started going in on Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Robert's ready. It is what it is. I am what I am. You guys like this guy? Beat up his wife in front of his kids. Like, what the fuck? You guys like this guy? Baby nuts. He beat up his wife. All right, hold on. Ottoman, he said the bias is crazy. What bias? Who you talking to? Ottoman, who you talking to? Ruben looked like the Lowrider magazine logo with the glasses. He's like, I am ready. My son Robert is ready. I am what I am. You guys like this guy? Beat up his wife in front of his kid. Like, damn, that motherfucker went in. I like that shit, man. Keep doing that. He beat up his wife in front of his kid. Baby nuts. See, when you guys get called out, you just stop replying. Ottoman, you said so-and-so is biased. Who's biased? What's biased? Talking about boxing in general towards colored fighters. Oh yeah, that's a given though. That's what I'm saying. Lomachenko can make memes and post memes and press Gervonta Tank Davis. I have not heard one person who was really, like, you don't really see no one say Lomachenko needs to leave Tank alone. But then when Wilder's calling out Joshua, they're like, he needs to stop focusing on it. I mean, so you already know, man. Why is Wilder gotta fall back, but Lomachenko can continue to harass a guy who his team said they're not looking for him right now? You know what I'm saying? So that's that, man. His wife owes, I'm surprised I'm surprised Briggs didn't get major hate. Yeah, well, he was never, the thing is, he was never really getting the fights. Like, no one really thought Klitschko was going to give him the fight. You know what I'm saying? So they just looked at it for the entertainment value. Wilder's pressing, and he might get the fight with Anthony Joshua. So the fear comes out. You know what I mean? Like Pac said, the fear got stronger than love. And when they see that fear, that's when the scared fans come out. when the fear get like Jamal Charlo calling out Canelo and Golovkin. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? Everyone, oh, he doesn't deserve it. But Dominique Wade just deserved it. You know, he deserved a Golovkin fight. Liam Smith. See, that's what I'm saying. You can listen. You can never say anything like, even using their arguments, right? Even using their arguments, it doesn't make sense. You can't say Charlo doesn't deserve Canelo, but a welterweight Amir Khan did. Liam Smith, who wasn't known in the States, did. You know what I mean? Charlo doesn't deserve Golovkin, but Willie Monroe got a Golovkin fight. Dominique Wade got a Golovkin fight. 154-pounders got a Golovkin fight. Ishida and Rosado. Hey, shout out to my dude D Bevel the Champ. He said Zab and Danny press conference. I mean, listen. That one of the funniest things that Angel Garcia has ever said in his whole career, listen, was in that Zab Judah. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I have a good memory, but listen, this shit was so fucking funny to me. If y'all want me to tell you one of the funniest things Angel Garcia said in his fucking career, then put a hell yeah. I need to get a hell yeah. Because this shit was so funny to me. I need a hell yeah. Oh my gosh. Alright. Zab Judah, I think, like, pulled up on Danny Garcia because it was like beef or whatever. Or is that the press conference? And then, like, Zab, I think, stood up or whatever. And Angel Garcia was like, he's like, fuck you. He's like, fuck you, Zab. Take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. He said, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. And for, I know a lot of you 90s babies and shit, oh, what does he mean, Janet Jackson? Michael's sister? I'm going to show you, for those that don't know. Janet Jackson had this black, like, get up in the Rhythm Nation video, and she had this black hat. That's how it looked. And Zab had a black hat that looked just like this. And then Angel said, Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. This shit was so funny because it really did look like a Janet hat. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find the Janet Jackson hat. That was the funniest thing Angel's ever said. One of them. He's like, Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson. Like, that was like some Def Comedy Jam shit. Like when Martin used to be roasting the people on the spot. Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. Oh my, y'all ready for the Janet Jackson hat? If y'all want to see the Janet Jackson hat, can I get a hell yeah? And give me some likes. Smash the like button, man. Can I get a hell yeah? Look at, he was like, Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson. He said that, take that Janet Jackson. Look at the fucking hat. This is the funniest shit ever. He was like, Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. Look, you hear, this is probably the scene where he said it too. He had that all black. He said, Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. Hey, Angel was really wildin'. Look at Richard Schaefer. No! That man said, Zab, take that motherfucking, look at that hat. That really looked like Janet. Hey. Look. Why he tell her? He says, Zab, take that motherfucking Janet. Hey, I'm done. Zab, take that motherfucking Janet Jackson hat off. Oh my gosh, that was funny. He really had a control hat. Control. Rhythm Nation. Look. That's. I would have had a laugh. Even if I was Zab, it would like, if I had the hat on, I would have laughed. That shit was funny. But see, that made it interesting. The trash talking shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, some of y'all get mad. Ooh, why is Walder? Chris Price, $10 super chat, gang gang. He said we need hats. Laughing my eyes. Yeah, I'm coming with them Janet Jackson hats. Y'all want them Boxing Ego Janet Jackson hats? Too bad Mexican fighters are not known to trash talk. Some of them, depends probably. Eric Morales and Barrera, they was like punching each other at the press conference. So I mean that's trash talk to me. Like it's just a physical form. Everyone loves trash talking until their favorite fighter getting roasted. Exactly. Or when their fighter's being called. Like, that's how this game is, man. If Lomachenko's calling out Tank, right? You don't care if he's pressing him. You don't care if he's, you know what I'm saying? If he's constantly, like, pushing for the fight. Because you probably feel Lomachenko will beat Tank. So that's what you want. You know what I mean? But if it's a fighter you do like Canelo or Golovkin, who's getting pressed by Jamal Charlo, it's, oh, he doesn't sell. What has he done? He doesn't deserve it. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So you don't want to see Jamal Charlo pressing Canelo or Golovkin, but you have no problem with Lomachenko pressing Tank Davis. It's funny how that works. Real funny. You know, and to me, I'm gonna keep saying this because I really feel it. It's funny that Golovkin, his team, is now talking about fighting Billy Joe Saunders when they had ample time to fight it. If they didn't let Canelo dictate their next move, you know what I'm saying? If they didn't let Canelo dictate their next move, they could have fought Billy Joe Saunders. But in fear of thinking they're gonna lose out and Canelo's gonna choose another option, they're like, okay, calm down, Canelo. It's okay. We'll wait for you. You know what I mean? And now they're trying to, when Charlo's turning up the heat and arguably, you know what I mean, the favorite to beat Hugo Centeno and be his #1, now they're reverting back to the Billy Joe Saunders route if they get past Canelo. Funny how that works. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying is picking. No one cares if you want to become undisputed. That's great. Great accomplishment and stuff like that. But you already put undisputed. Listen, you already put undisputed on the back burner to make another fight, 2 other fights with Canelo. So why can't you put undisputed on the back burner to fight Charlo and then fight Billy Joe Saunders? You know what I'm saying? It's just the timing seems really weird because, like I said, I really believe Golovkin's team, they liked when they were undefeated. I mean, not undefeated, when they were the feared middleweights, when they said everyone was ducking them and shit. But now that there's been some vulnerabilities, now they're kind of strategic in how they're picking their next move. They need to pick an argument and stick to it. That's fair. Yeah, that's what that's what I'm saying. Why do you have to fight Billy Joe Saunders for undisputed now when you could have already fought him? You know what I mean? You already put it on the back burner once, so what's the big deal? Fight Charlo. That's just one other fight. And then truth be told, Golovkin was fighting 3 times a year. So truth be told, fight Canelo if you beat him, fight Charlo, and then in December, fight Billy Joe Saunders. If that's what, you know what I mean, if you really want that undisputed this year. Or just for your second fight for the year, fight Charlo. Because they don't want to fight the Lion. That's what it seems like. You know what I mean? Abel Sanchez is already like his last couple DBN interviews. It sounds like he's already priming. Nobody wants to see it. What has Charlo done? Like, and here's proof of what y'all want some proof? I'll give you proof of what I'm saying. Y'all want some proof? Does Death Row East, y'all don't love us? Y'all want some proof? If y'all want some proof, let me get a hell yeah. I'm gonna give y'all some proof of what I'm saying. If y'all want some proof, this is how you just have to be able to read between the lines. All right, here's proof. Hugo Centeno is a little bit taller than Jamal Charlo. He's coming off a good knockout against a guy who is decently ranked, right? And he only has one loss. And he knocked out the guy who beat Angulo. You know what I'm saying? De La Rosa or somebody knocked him out. He fought Julian J. Rock Williams. He sparred with Canelo and Golovkin, right? So he's a solid opponent all the way around, right? Abel Sanchez is currently, before Golovkin's fight, before Jamal's fight in March, he's already telling you that why should we fight Charlo? So you don't know. You're saying why should we fight Charlo? What has he done? But he's getting ready to fight a solid middleweight in Hugo Centeno Jr. You don't know the outcome, and you're already still saying, what has he done? What if he went out there and knocked Hugo Centeno out in one round impressively, like his brother did with Erickson Lubin? We don't know. We don't know until it actually happens. Maybe he looks bad in the fight, but maybe he looks sensational in the fight. And before we get an outcome of that March 3rd fight, or when is it? Yeah, March 3rd. Before we get it, on top of him being the mandatory, that's a given. But before we even know how he even looks, Abel Sanchez is already doing an interview talking about what has he done. So if you really had interest in fighting him, wouldn't you want to see how he looks? Like, hey, I don't think he's really done much, but let's see how he looks in his next fight. If you truly want to fight him, you're already saying before he's even fought Hugo Centeno Jr., you're basically saying, what has he done? So you're not even really checking for him. That's what that means to me. And that's the proof. Because if you were checking for him, you would want to see how he looks in his next fight. You know what I'm saying? You would want to wait it out a month and just be like, okay, he looked great. Okay, now his star power grew. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going to happen. That's like, let's say, this is hypothetical because this hasn't happened. But what if Eddie Hearn was like, oh, what has Wilder done? But he's about to fight on the same card with Charlo. He's about to fight against a great test and Luis King Kong Ortiz, right? So you don't even know the outcome. Maybe Wilder looks great. Maybe he gets knocked out. Whatever the outcome is, you don't know what it's going to be. So how can you say, oh, what has he done? What has he done? He hasn't looked good or something. You can't really say that because you don't know what's going to happen in the fight till it happens. So to me, that shows that Abel Sanchez is not really checking. He probably knows the dangers of fighting lions only, Jamal Charlo, and he's not really checking for Charlo, no matter how he looks versus Hugo Centeno Jr. He's going with the fight that they already wanted in the past because they feel it's a belt, so you can justify it, and it's probably the path of least resistance stylistically. Period. Because here's another thing. Y'all gotta listen. Billy Joe Saunders looked great versus David Lemieux. I did my post-fight. I was the first to tell you guys that, right? But David Lemieux already had 3 losses, I believe. And he'd been knocked out twice. One by Golovkin, right? So even though Billy Joe Saunders did good in that fight, that's cool. Now he's fighting Martin Murray, which that's not really that great of a fight. And then you see that they're interested in fighting Martin Murray versus Jamal Charlo's been looking like a killer. You know what I'm saying? He's looking like a killer and about to be a mandatory. So why would there be all the focus just on Billy Joe Saunders? You know what I'm saying? It sounds like it's already premeditated that they're not checking for Charlo. Point blank, period. If Golovkin beats Canelo, fans will want to see him against another undefeated fighter. Okay, well, Jamal Charlo's undefeated. So what are you saying, really? Jamal don't have a loss. Neither does Jermell. But we're talking about the one that's already at 160. Yeah, and realistically speaking, even though Billy Joe Saunders is the champion, he's also had more hit or miss recent performances. I've watched all these guys' careers. Billy Joe Saunders, he fought that Wolverine. Hey, bub, Berserker Barrage, draw power, draw power. You know what I'm saying? He fought that Wolverine dude and looked a cov or whatever, and he looked trash. He fought Andy Lee, knocked him down a time or two, and looked cool. um, Willie Monroe, he did his thing. David Lemieux, and now he's about to fight. So realistically speaking, I would say Billy Joe Saunders, although champion, he's probably had more hit or miss, up and down performances than Jamal Charlo. Charlo's just been steamrolling dudes, like who's been in front of him. Obviously, with the best recent win being J-Rock. Ego, you lagging on that Ego merch. I know, man. I do so much, so it's hard to just take a break away from the routine. That's what I'm saying, Ego. There's no reasonable argument against Charlo. That's what I'm saying. Former champion. He's of the middleweight size. Like, he looks like a big middleweight. In shape. He's aggressively calling out Triple G and Canelo. He's about to be a mandatory if he wins his next fight. He's saying see, this is here. Oh my God. See, I could do this all day. I can murder the arguments from the casual fans. Here's another example. Billy Joe Saunders, factually, remember when people were calling him Billy Ho Saunders and all that? That was because he looked like he was ducking Triple G, right? That's why they were calling him Billy Ho Saunders, because he was talking about, oh, Triple G can beat my ass and Chris Eubank in the same night. That's why people were calling him Billy Ho Saunders, because it looked like he wanted no parts of Golovkin. It was only in recent memory, post Daniel Jacobs fight, after people got to see that Golovkin doesn't just knock out every single person in front of him, and they think there's things they can pick out from that performance, and then after that, the Canelo performance. Now Billy Joe Saunders has shown an interest in fighting Triple G. But once again, consistency, he hasn't always showed an interest. Meanwhile, like 50 said, what I mean is Jamal Charlo never had that issue. Since he's been in the division and since it's been talked about, he has never once cowarded down. I don't know if that's a word, but he's never once cowered down from fighting Golovkin. I've never seen any on record statements from Jamal Charlo where he was like, oh, Triple G beat my ass and Danny Jacobs the same night, or something like that. I never seen him say anything like that. So again, Team Triple G is more confident pursuing the guy they know at one point really didn't want to fight them because he has a belt. You know what I mean? And you can easily say that as a justification. Meanwhile, Charlo has been full steam ahead, and he's never once said that he doesn't want to work with Golovkin. Christian says we have 11 thumbs down. However, we have embodied 11 decafs. We know y'all out there. I mean, this is how they always do. We have 11 thumbs down, but we don't have 11 bodies. How you gonna dislike a convo? Man, let them hate. As long as y'all see it, y'all know what it is. Keep doing good, Ego. Love all your videos. You keep it 100. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I just try to speak my mind and keep it pushing. So yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, 2018 is gonna be different. These promoters, trainers, and fighters, everyone's gonna see that the fans aren't dumb anymore. Like, I'm not saying the fans were ever like dumb, but we used to accept different things. But with the power of social media, shit gets done a lot quicker. Especially if you have some real motherfuckers in the game. You got new media in the game who are willing to ask questions. And see, this is the thing. The worst part about new media is this. Well, the worst part for them, for old media, is because we on top, we killing, it's still professional. Like, you look at Dante asking the questions to Abel Sanchez. He didn't say anything disrespectful. He had, Abel Sanchez will say X, Y, and Z, and Dante would be like, oh, what about Charlo? You know what I mean? He'll bring up his points, but it's all respectful, nothing personal, all respectful boxing dialogue. Not like, oh, Filth, Lauren and Filth, your fighter's a pussy and you suck. You know what I mean? It's nothing like that. And that's what makes it more dangerous, because you have no choice but to listen. You have no choice but to hear us. See, it's easy if you do like that Broner stuff where you just rant and rave and cussing and stuff. It's easy for people to tune that out. But if you have a certain approach, they can't deny you. They go, oh, he's just ignorant. Ego's just ignorant. I'm not ignorant. I'm far from ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Loma versus Verdeo. Your take, Ego. Not really interested at the moment. Verdeo got in a motorcycle accident. I ain't heard nothing about him. Verdeo was being poised to be the next coming, and I start seeing his performances get worse. So he has to climb back up that ladder as far as I'm concerned. I haven't really seen nothing from him. You hear people talking about lightweights, Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia, Lomachenko moving to lightweight, Jorge Linares. I don't hear one person talking about Felix Verdeo, so he got to fix that, him and his team. Him and his team. I like to hear boxing discussions, not just a bunch of name calling. Absolutely. In the future, I mean, but the future has to consist of how he looks. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of fell off, and then he got injured in the accident, so that pushed him back even further. He had to recover from that. So until he gets his name back up there, then, you know what I mean? They're talking about him fighting Terry Flanagan. What happened to that? You know what I mean? So Verdeo has to do more to get back on the map before I start putting him up there with the Loma, guy who beat him already in the amateurs. Why is taking so long to announce Tank's next opponent? I don't know, contracts or something. But if you really think about, listen, actually, after I repeated your question, I don't think what you're saying is true. Listen, Showtime, they did that Boxing Upfront press conference where they announced all these fights, but a lot of those fights are in the future, and Showtime just wanted to have this big reveal or this big unveiling of all these fights. So a lot of the fights like Badu Jack and Adonis Stevenson, probably Hurd and Lada, Broner, Figueroa, and Tank's return, a lot of those aren't for months to come. And had it not been for that big press conference, the Showtime's Boxing Upfront, if they didn't want to do that and already have those fights signed, sealed, and delivered, then a lot of those wouldn't have been announced. But they just wanted to drop a big bomb with all the fights. So realistically, if you think about it, it's only February, like not even mid-February really, and the Broner fight with Tank on it is not till April 21st. So it's not really even taking that long. The only reason why it seems like it's taking long is because they announced that Tank was going to be fighting on that big Showtime Upfront press conference. So we've known about it for a couple of weeks now. You know what I mean? But they have plenty of time. Because, I mean, put it this way. Just to prove my point, how come Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn hasn't been announced? Manny Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado hasn't been confirmed. That fight's April 14th, so that fight's before Broner, Figueroa, and Tank's return. So why hasn't that been officially 100% confirmed? If I go to Top Rank's page right now, they don't have it listed. They don't have it where I can apply for credentials to go to that fight. And that fight's before Broner versus Figueroa. So obviously it's still far enough. Again, the reason why it seems like it's taking so long to announce opponent, it's really within the normal time frame. But it seems like it's taking long because we've known about it since Showtime had that press conference. But like I said, Crawford Horn is supposed to be April 14th, and that hasn't even been announced. So that's that. I don't think ESPN's doing bad. They got Scott Quigg, Oscar Valdez, Crawford Horn. I'm not really big about that being on pay-per-view, but they're going to put Pacquiao on that. So ESPN's not doing bad. HBO, I don't know, man. Yeah, I think they're trying to throw Pacquiao on as an incentive to get the pay-per-view, but I still don't think that's pay-per-view. I love the fight with Crawford and Horn, but I just feel like it's not even really for myself. I just feel like fans. If fans didn't pay for Crawford versus Victor Postal on HBO pay-per-view, and even though the price was probably about consistent with what ESPN's gonna charge, I don't know how well this is gonna do either. Just because Jeff Horn, he's never even fought in America, I don't think. So it's not like people may have seen his fight with Pacquiao maybe, but he's still not a big draw in America where they're gonna be fighting. Yo, it's been real. I'm about to get out for here. I just wanted to wrap it to you. I didn't think so many people would be up on the late night, but I appreciate y'all. Any last questions? I'll answer 3 more questions. Whatever 3 I see, I'll answer before I get out of here. Any more questions? No questions? The next 3 questions, I'll answer. I'll pick Spence to beat Keith Thurman. Floyd versus CM Punk. I don't know. CM Punk got beat up in his last fight. Floyd's not an MMA fighter, so I don't know who would win that. I don't really even care, to be honest. Yeah, man. So it's been real. Who has the best chance to beat Loma? It depends what division, but Mikey Garcia, I would probably say. In terms of names that Loma's realistically been linked to, I would say Mikey. Yeah, man, I definitely think Crawford would beat Loma, but that would be talking about a different size differential since Crawford's moving up to 47. Man, shout out to everyone. Shout out to Las Vegas. Garcia-Rios this week. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Groves this week. Gavril versus Benavidez rematch. Should be a good week of boxing. You know to stay tuned to the channel for the next. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. And I'm out.